Alright, so this Kingsong F18 review is going to start from like the middle, like Tarantino style. I want to talk about the state it's in right now and how I got it there and why. So as you can see, obviously, I don't have the speakers on it. I have removed everything from here down. Um, and I want to talk about those pedals later. But anyway, I think that's what most people are going to do. See, once I've done that, I've got almost like a completely flat surface here to mount my pads. I also remove this screw. I leave this one, and everything's been fine so far. It's been doing awesome. And ever since I put the orange Loctite, you'll see later in the video why orange Loctite is important. Right here on this black screw, there's a little silver screw that doesn't really have a problem with coming loose, but this black one, even with blue Loctite, comes loose all the time. I used orange Loctite, which is closer to red, but not quite red, so it's not like permanent. That held up for a good session at the jump park the other day, and a decent session at Greer. So I'm gonna go out for another session at Greer, and if it holds up through all of that, then I think that we have solved the biggest issue, or really the only issue. I don't really call those pad interferences issues. It's pretty easy to solve that if you want to. If you don't need to, then the wheel looks pretty nice with the whole bumper and kickstand and speakers and all that stuff. So I've noticed plenty of people frustrated with this little plug guy here, just like trying to get it back on. I'll show you a little tip. I'm basically gonna like make it like see, like that, kind of pinch it a little bit, and then once it's pinched, just get the like hood of it over the top. And see, I did it one-handed. Pretty easy if you just do that. You make a little pinch so that it makes like a little hood, and then get that over and down, and it's no problem. I really like the way that they handled adjustable pedals. These little grub screws though, this is the only original one I have left, I think. They all came out, but I have other grub screws, and once I Loctited them, they don't come out anymore. And the way that this works is, if you can see, there's this little piece here that can move this way, and that's what's gonna change how much angle you have with your pedals. And the way this works is you would like loosen this silver one and then tighten righty-tighty the grub screws, and that will essentially bring this whole block piece out or down, and then that makes it so that the pedal angle changes, and then you can bring it in, and then the pedals will be up more. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like on my E-Rides pedals, the little things get all messed up, and yeah, I don't know. It's hard to make a good dihedral angle adjuster. I really like this one. Obviously right there is where you're gonna put the air in, and that's the thing about this is, you don't have to swap springs out. You can just, let some air out. Both sides have to be the same. But yeah, it's like got a range from like, I don't know, I think you can put like 50 to 260 psi in there, and 50 would be like ridiculously plush. I have it at like 170 and it feels pretty stiff. I can bottom it out in like extreme conditions, but I'm okay with that. Like, I want to use all my suspension, and it feels really nice like otherwise. I still need to play with all of the settings and stuff. I really only played with the air pressure and the rebound, just basically starting with full fast rebound and then chilling it out as I went, as I rode, as I needed, and it was awesome. I love the firmware. The firmware is amazing. I've taken it to the jump park, like I said, and it jumps better than like any other wheel that I've ever jumped. Like the 1-footers and the 1-foot pedal grabs, super easy to do on this. It just jumps for you almost, and you don't have to think about the jump, so it frees up my mind to do the trick like so much easier. The handle's in a really good spot for that. I know that's like really niche stuff, but it's worth mentioning, I think, because a lot more people are doing tricks now. And so, yeah, what else could I say? The firmware in corners feels great. We're gonna see what times we can get today, but I've already been able to get like a 330 when I was almost kind of like babying it because I was having some issues, with the screws backing out. But I'm hoping that we have solved that and I can start really just like going hard on it. If you've seen me talk about like this issue I had over here with the motor phases, we haven't seen anyone else have that issue. And maybe the trail I was on was just so rough that it rattled some stuff loose. The Loctite that comes on these things is usually not like real Loctite. I don't know, it's like just like blue paint or something. It's worth it for sure to Loctite these two screws down here that we were talking about earlier, and I would also Loctite your motor quick release screws before you ride it. If you're gonna go off-roading, I would just say just go ahead and do that as like a preventative thing, and you should have a good time. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go ride. I think that's all I need to talk about in the garage. All right, folks, F18 time again. We're gonna go up. I've got a race box. We'll probably use it just because why not? But yeah, we're gonna head up overdrive. We're gonna do it a couple times. Basically, the goal today is just to make sure those quick release screws down there don't back out on us. And as long as they don't do that, it's gonna be a good day. And then we'll head over to the jump park. I've been having a lot of fun over there with this wheel. It is probably my favorite wheel to jump right now. And I mean, at the jump park, you can always just run back to the truck and tighten up those screws anyway. The firmware is just on another level. I don't know what it is, but I just love Kingsong firmware. And yeah, it just boots you up those launches. All right, we got our race box going. We're gonna drop in, go and do overdrive. Make sure those screws stay tight. And we'll see what time we get, but we're not gonna be trying to crush it right now. I just want to get down there, take kind of like a sight lap. Things change here often. It's always nice to get a little bit of a look before we start running it. But I always like to run the race box on the chill laps too, just to see what a chill lap can be. It's always nice to have like a grading scale about like how hard I'm pushing, what times I can get on what wheels. Sometimes it's like effortless on a wheel to get a certain time, and then I'll have to try really hard on the next wheel to match that time. The key to riding stuff like this is definitely to stay low. It costs a lot of energy, but if you can stay low and like forward, definitely helps keep that speed going. Turn your legs into just as much of a shock absorber. Get that chest over your knees. Bring that center of gravity down so you don't feel as top heavy going around these corners and stuff. And it'll start to burn up your quads and everything, but just do it more and you'll get stronger. Man, I love overdrive. And so I haven't tightened the screws again since I rode the other day and we did jumping mouse, overdrive, underdrive. And the screws seem fine, where typically they would be really loose. My second time down overdrive, granted I didn't do overdrive the third lap, I did underdrive, but now we're doing overdrive. Oh yeah. And so that's the hit right there that I think if I don't baby it, that'll eventually be the one that knocks my screw loose. Can't remember if I babied it or not the last run I did down overdrive, but that was definitely not babied at all. So we'll get down the bottom. Oh my gosh, is that always the same lizard? If you watch my videos like a lot, like if you're diehard, you know about that lizard. That lizard's like always freaking there in the same spot on the trail. I need to put a split just for like that rock garden. Oh my gosh, dude, this firmware is so good. Yoo! I love the firmware so much. Oh, firmware is by far the best I've felt, and the best thing about the wheel is that good. It is just like so freaking good. Love the firmware. Don't need to change it. I think the suspension is great also. Don't need to change it. I mean, the tire that it comes with, I like as well. I like the tire. Obviously, my biggest complaint if these screws, let's check it out. Let's check the screws. I'm not knocking yet. Not knocking yet. That's the most for sure riding that this thing has taken without getting loosey-goosey. So we're gonna keep hitting it, keep attacking where I may ease up to try to save those screws. Today we're just trying to figure out if it can just survive overdrive, how many times it can survive overdrive, that kind of stuff. If you're doing curb bunks all day, like that's honestly going upstairs, you know, people like to ride upstairs. That's pretty intense on a shock system too, you know, on all the screws and all that whatnot. So I mean, I'm not exactly doing that. I'm getting that force maybe a couple times and really hammering into it, but like I can see in my mind how like driving upstairs quickly and like really hammering, you're gonna be really putting work into those screws. Definitely I would go a step above blue to orange, which I know Permatex does. I don't know if Loctite makes it, but this Permatex orange, I think it might be something that we really need to start using on our wheels. Because yeah, if I can make it through another, let's try another one for sure, maybe two, and then I want to get over to the jump park and have some real fun. Because oh man, so it's like let's get the race box going when I talk. But it's like if you've been watching the channel recently, I've been going back and forth between X-Way, Lynx, Apex, just trying to figure out like which one is going to be my main wheel, which has been like 2 years. Like honestly, the Lynx was the only thing available after the S22 that I really liked, so that was what I rode for a long time. But the S22 was like where I really fell in love with the EUC on the S22. And yeah, man, I just think, let's stop the recording. I just think I've been like not completely satisfied yet, and like always searching. But I think now, like this thing feels like the next wheel that I wanted after the S22, if that makes sense. Like I wish I could have just went from S22 to F18. Oh, this thing's amazing. So I have to make it, process it as an overdrive. 351, yeah, 350. Anything under 4 minutes is great. 350 without trying is great. We might give it a little more of a try on this next one. As like I was saying, I got a 330 before when I was really trying to see what this thing could do.
So we know it's capable of amazing times. Just there, I just wanted to take a sight lap, get used to the track and the conditions for the day, and get my legs a little warmed up, you know, chat with y'all, and just bonk the hell out of this thing on that one rock section, and yeah, check screws. That's mission accomplished. We'll do it again because today is all about the screws, but we'll see if we can spice it up a little more. Maybe talk a little less and lean forward a little harder. All right, round 2. Let us go. I still don't have any Rockies. Okay, good. Whew. It's a windy day. I don't like that. But let's get it. Whoa. I felt a little clunk when I was braking. That doesn't give me very much confidence. And that's definitely a movement-inducing thing, is braking very hard in like chatter or into a bump or something like that. Oh fuck, that was sketch. Try to pick it up a little bit. Stay chill because we're kind of trying to watch for any weirdness after that first. Why does it have to happen in like the first corner? And spook me for the rest of the run. Yep, if you heard that, that's what I'm talking about. Like really hard braking, you get a little air and then come down, and that force just jams that tower forward, you know? And I think honestly it'll do that even if the screws aren't moving. I think it's just so much force and I don't know what you want to call it. I want to try to go fast, but that's definitely compromising. I'm trying to talk about the wheel, and it might be more important right now. So let's just talk about the wheel. Yeah, it's like that, the connection, like the key in the keyhole is what I'm trying to call it to make it more easy to understand. So it's like, yeah, the motor mount fitting together with the shock. It's just not. Oh, this is gonna be. I had to back off a little bit, but we still cleared it, so that's cool. I didn't have to, but I don't know. I'm afraid of doing that, making that knock. But yeah, that's I think it's not sturdy enough. It allows for too much movement, even with the screws all the way tight. And yeah, in the right situation, you're just moving parts so much that they start hitting up top, where everything is like between the battery boxes and stuff. And it obviously squeaks too. Not totally sure what's up with that, but so this was probably gonna be faster than that first run, but definitely not record breaking because I was talking the whole time. But the real test is well, something sounds different now. Yeah, I think things are loosening up a little bit. It's still not like knocking. It's a pretty bitchin' wheel. All wheels kind of have some problem or another. I think this one's kind of easy to deal with. Nothing's really gonna go anywhere because what you're hearing hit, basically, like once it hits, it can't go anywhere else. Overall, it's like one of my favorite wheels. I guess it's easier to deal with just tightening a screw and trying to maintain that than, you know, all the problems that, you know, a X-Way or an Apex might come with because of just like the linkage. A Lynx is still probably the easiest wheel to deal with, as far as just like never really having to maintain it so much. This thing, I don't think you'll have to maintain it so much. I just think you're gonna have to keep an eye on, you know, make sure this gets Loctited when you get it, and then I don't think that's gonna shake loose once it gets once it gets thread lock on it. And then those quick release screws down there. Just keep an eye on them if you're riding the rough stuff. There's like a telltale sign is if you can, you know, basically rock it back and forth like this and start hearing the knock of, like, you know, the tower that this is mounted to. That thing is knocking into the battery boxes. But I'm gonna go have some fun with it over at the jump park. I'm pretty satisfied with the orange thread locker. I think, you know, I rode a bunch. It's basically survived for 2 days now. I'm hammering it into some good rocks and stuff like that. I think definitely it's like curb bonks, rock bonks, going upstairs, or like being on the brakes and landing, or coming into a corner, you know, when you're on the brakes, and then, you know, sometimes this stuff there's like a little undulation or whatever, a mound in the dirt or a rock or whatever. You're gonna catch some air while you're braking, and then, yeah, when you come back in contact with the ground, it's like, yeah, and it like really torques everything, and you'll hear that plastic thing smack. I don't know what they would have to do to solve that, to fix that, but maybe they're working on it. I do remember when I had my S22 that, like, every time a firmware update came out for the S22, it got like a lot better. The S22 would get more power like every time. So that was cool. So it's like they know what they're doing with firmware and all that stuff. Like, I think the firmware is great, honestly. But yeah, they might end up adding more power to it, just like they did with the S22 back in the day. But as far as hardware changes, like those motor bolt things down there, I don't know what to suggest to solve it, you know. I can just say that I kind of have little faith in its rigidity and ability to keep everything fixed in place, but I don't really have a solution that would easily, you know, fit into this whole system. I don't know how much redesigning it would take. There's already F18s out there. They would have to maybe, you know, make a kit to change things. But again, I don't know what percentage of EUC is riding this way. Definitely more and more every day. But for any other kind of riding, it's amazing. It's not just like a cruiser. It can do a lot, but I'm just saying these bonks, it's got a little bit of a weakness with bonking, and really rough, jarring, like landing on the brakes. Other than that, I'd say like so many gold stars. The suspension and the firmware, boom. The tire, stock tire, don't have to do a tire change. That tire's great. I love the pedal angle adjusters. I don't have any problems with these pedals either. Like as far as grip goes, I do wear my pads very tight, so, you know, your mileage may vary if you like to wear your pads loosey-goosey and rely on the pedals more for grip. And it's got so many fun features with, like, you know, the find my phone basically, but you're finding your wheel. Find My Device, for Apple at least, installed already on it. That's pretty cool. Speakers, or you know, they're gonna come out with like water bottle holders. That's pretty cool. I think the speakers would still work with my pad setup. It's just the kickstand and bumper situation had to get rid of to just make it easier to throw pads on there. Let's go to the jump park and I'll show you what's my favorite thing to do with this wheel is. And just for the record, it was a 343 on overdrive, so like 10 seconds faster than that first run. And like I always say, like if you're familiar with the channel, that's kind of what just happens, and it would obviously just keep going down, and then I would probably plateau around 330, maybe dip below, but yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. So very on par with all the other wheels that are out right now. Another quick little update before we head over. Shut up, car. Okay, so yeah, checked it with an Allen key, and the screws are still super tight, not moving at all. And I guess the mudguard ones might have loosened, and that's why it's making some weird new noise. But I'm not worried about it. Also, the battery is at 94% after going up and down twice. I think that's pretty great. So yeah, we might come back tomorrow. There's a lot of people here today, as you can see. Having some fun, showing them what's up with the wheel. But yeah, I want to get some good shots. But I don't really want to set up my phone right now. That was awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna do some 1-footers. Shifties, some oppo shifties, all the 1-footers, the 1-footer with the grab. Man, this thing is so good at the jump park. Oh, I cased a little. Trying to chill it out a little bit. I was really feeling the flow. Let's get it again and get the whole line for sure. I think I gotta remember to just lean into that last one, because that last one is a little far. Hello.
I think he thinks you're the coolest. He wants to know if you can touch his bike.
Yeah.
See, look.
Wow, it's a good bike. Yeah. You do one of these? Woo.
Cool, huh?
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, he wants to trade, huh? Like, you ride this one, and then I'll ride that one.
Your bike.
It's a nice one, yeah. Nice bike, dude.
Yeah.
Do you know this one? Yeah.
Can you drop down on the turns?
What you mean?
Like this. Evan, I got it. I got it. Go, go.
Let me show him.
Alright, so we can be chill on like all of these except the one before. That one. We can be chill here again. And then let's see, what trick do we got right here? Oh yeah, I love this wheel. This is a good wheel, especially out here. Alright, now what would look good? Oh, excuse me. Careful. Oh! Got sent a little bit on that one. Let's do it again. I'm gonna lock that mute grab down way better this time though. Oh yeah. That was fat. That one felt pretty nice. Let me go get the camera and check it out. So yeah, we definitely have the knocking, the loosening of the screws, I think has occurred. But I mean, it's still sendable. I think if anything, it just caused a screw to get loose on that motor phase wire, and then because that screw was loose, it overheated. But just Loctite those, and I think you'll be okay in that regard. That was perfect. Oh, I think she wants to be on camera. Hey, excuse me, please. It's all good. That was kind of mean though. It looks very enticing. You just want to push it in there.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. It's no damage, no damage, no damage. All good, all good. As far as I can tell, only one side, the right side, loosened up a little bit. But yeah, I was definitely noticing it. So yeah, I get that it might be a little weird starting from like the middle or towards the end in this Kingsong F18 review. But like, you know, when I was reviewing the Apex, like I would come across problems in real time essentially, and people would freak out and get hysterical, and it was just like a mess, me trying to like calm everyone down, be like, that's not exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, like, you know, watch out for this, not, and maybe change this screw and like things like that. And you know, obviously the linkage does weird jiggle things. Like, I don't know, I'm just showing how the wheel is and stuff. But it's like, I don't know, people want to be Begode fanboys and then talk trash on like every other wheel, and I don't know, things like that happen. And it gets frustrating, especially for me, because I'm not trying to talk trash on wheels. I'm just trying to expose everything about them that I can find. The F18 definitely has like this one thing about it where those screws are going to want to come loose all the time if you're riding it hard. So it is what it is. It's a great wheel otherwise, like f***ing 5 stars and now 4.5 because of this one thing, you know? But, oh man, like 1 foot pedal grabs in the expert line here. Like, it's so good. It just rolls through the trails too, man. So the firmware, the firmware is amazing. I love the firmware. I love the suspension. I don't love the kickstand and like the, you know, stuff that you have to remove to be able to put pads on. The durability might be a question. I love the pedal angle adjusters. I don't have any problem with the pedals or the tire. And I mean, that should be a pretty good summary. If you're going to be riding this thing hard, watch out for those screws. Loctite those screws. Orange thread locker is much better than blue thread locker. And I would just use blue thread locker on those motor phase screws. I don't think orange is necessary there, and it might cause some problems if you used orange on that one. Either way though, I really like the F18. I really don't think that my blue motor phase melting thing is like something that's gonna happen to anyone as long as they Loctite those screws. And yeah, I mean, shoot, I love it. Probably the easiest wheel to jump on these very steep jumps. I mean, I'm not a power monster, right? So like some things you're not going to get out of this are, you know, how torquey is that wheel? I don't really care. Like I mostly care about downhill and like, is it torquey enough for me to do everything I've done? I've never had a problem. So it's like, for me, it's torquey enough. Like I don't know, maybe, you know, street racers, they need to be able to lean on it out of corners. Like, I don't know exactly what you guys need more torque for, but I feel like everything since like the Lynx has had plenty of torque. And yeah, as far as range goes, I'm not the range guy. I'm not the top speed guy, but If you want to have fun with it, you want to jump it, you want to ride it around off-road, you want a suspension that you don't have to change to be able to make comfortable or more stiff, you just, you know, put air in it, take air out of it. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I think that pretty much just about covers it. I mean, I know you want probably, if you got questions about the wheel, ask them. Who knows if I will have the wheel anymore by the time you ask the question, but I'll try to answer whatever you got. Who is this wheel for kind of thing? I would have loved to have it at Amped, actually. So that being said, yeah, I would say an off-road racer would enjoy this wheel. A cruiser would enjoy this wheel. It has speakers if you want it. I mean, pretty much it's got plenty of range for anything that I would ever do. I mean, if you need, like, you know, one of those giganto wheels to go like 100 miles, look somewhere else. But I think that's what they have the F22 for, right? Again, I'm not the range guy, so I don't even know. I don't keep up with like which wheel is the most range worthy and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, as just like a wheel, it is 90 pounds. If you have to pick up your wheel all the time, like that could be something that you want to think about. But it doesn't feel heavy. It feels like a Lynx, feels pretty damn good. It just, you know, it tracks well. Its corner's amazing because the firmware is so great. If it just didn't have that weird thing where, you know, there's movement because of the way that the shock is joined to the motor mount, it would be pretty damn near perfect. And then, like I said, durability wise with that whole top area might be something further down the road that needs further protection, you know, 3D printed stuff or something like that. I don't know what else I could say about the wheel. I think it was amazing. I'm so glad that Kingsong gave me this opportunity to be able to share my thoughts on the wheel and all that. I hope you had a great time watching this video. It's a nice day out here. Hopefully it's a nice day where you're at. Go out and ride if you still got some time in the day. If it's nighttime where you're at, get ready to go ride in the morning, because yeah, riding these things every chance I get has made me very happy.